Okay, we're going to do the most difficult part of the assembly of the Tic-Tac box. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and apply a couple of pieces of tape to these small reinforcements on the opening here. After that, this is where a piece of foam is going to sit, so I like to put a little piece of tape just on each end to kind of tack it down. Maybe one over here just to hold this in place while we're applying tape to the other side. And then two pieces right down the middle of this panel. Don't go too far because we have these little ears that have to tuck in. So we're going to go ahead and take the foam piece, kind of just tack it down using the small little area of tape that we used just to kind of hold this in place. And bring the sides up, just kind of hold them in place, tack them there. And again, you can see while the tape actually just kind of helps with assembly so you're not grabbing and trying to hang on to everything as you roll it around. We put a full strip of tape down this panel here, and then we're going to roll this into position, tucking these small ears to the inside, and then folding this all the way over, being very careful to make sure that this panel falls inside of the score so that we don't get any false breaking. The score right here, that's a pretty critical part of the whole assembly. Now, we're going to go ahead and start to partially form the body of this by putting a little tape toward the end out here on the flap, and then we can roll the side up, kind of lining up this panel.
Switch sides.
And then also here, that'll kind of start to form the box. It can be very difficult then to glue these panels down, so what I did was build a fixture out of corrugated. It can be done, obviously out of something more durable if you want to, but I can provide the files for this. And you can see how that kind of just holds the sides in place. Then we can place this other fixture down on the inside, and that gives us a surface to tape to. And then we're going to go ahead and bring this panel down on top and give it a nice roll. Then we can remove it from the fixture and then pull the other piece of the fixture out. The last part will then be to tape this front reinforcement down inside. Give it a little roll, kind of hold everything together. Okay, I could have done this beforehand. Actually, it would be easier to do this portion before we actually break the apertures and tape them in place. And it is actually much easier to do in the flat part. I kind of got out of sequence here, but it's easier to do when this piece is all flat before you actually do the roll up. But I do tape a couple of these panels in place. And then we're going to take this pre-assembled piece here. That's a complete separate sub-assembly that we'll show you. And that piece knocks down into here. Again, it's much easier to do in the flat, and it'll keep you from ripping the corners. So when this piece is actually flat, if you do this and roll it down, it goes much easier. And then before pack out, we're going to put this piece in place. And then a pre-glued super panel is getting 2 strips of glue or tape. And that's going to be our final flap that sits on top. Kind of critical to line it up straight, so take our time here. We feel like we allotted plenty of time in the estimate, and then this can get rolled down. There will be a sleeve that gets placed over top of this set, and that will be your final pack out.